Just- You're just adorable.
if that's what you want to call it.
It says finish. Are we live? We're live. Oh my gosh, we've been live for
Oh,
13 seconds. Hello everybody. I'm Dr. Mark Waller with Mastering Thought, and this is Rachelle Lane with holdingceremoniespace.com, and we're here with the Lion and Unicorn Live Conscious Relationships, and you can see there's a blank box down below Rachelle. We're potentially going to have a guest today. And so, Rachelle, when you think about relationships and our live stream, what came up for you today?
oh, that's a big question. Just the excitement of knowing that we are giving people an opportunity to really investigate what's going on in their relationship, not from a way of blame and looking at the other person, but going inward and seeing where our past is actually controlling our current relationship.
So, we have a question. Um, do you help with chronic pain? In
Hmm.
in what sense? Can you explain a little bit more about that? We're not doctors, you
No.
know,
Well, you are, just not that type of doctor.
not that type of doctor. I will give you an examination.
Of the mind.
Yes.
Which actually, this doesn't directly answer their question, but I will say that all I feel dis-ease or misalignment, it is all starts in the brain and the mind and the overthinking. So maybe this will help with the pain.
So, Carrie, if you can expand on that a little bit, we'll answer the question. Um, but I will say this. Oh, I have a fear of fear.
Mm.
Okay. So, the where my head went when you asked that question was, um, and do you experience this as physical pain or psychological pain, or what kind of pain are you talking about? And is this related to relationships in any way?
Great questions.
Let's see what she says. But
Okay.
what prompts me right now is thinking about the difference between pain and suffering.
Mm.
And life is painful and physically painful sometimes, but suffering is all the thinking we do about the pain.
Yeah.
And having a fear of fear is definitely thinking about the pain.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, greetings from Croatia. Do I pronounce your name Seller or is it Sell? I don't know. Thank you for joining us. If you have a question or a comment, um, please put it in the comments. I've got my evil eye looking at this other monitor over here, and we'll answer your questions. So Carrie is saying physical pain when I have to speak up. Interesting.
Mm.
Okay. So yes, we can help you with that. Absolutely. And is this speaking up something you do in business or in personal relationships or what? Here we go. Oh, severe cramping and muscle tension. Now let me ask you this, Carrie, and jump right in here, um, Rachelle. Don't let me dominate this. Um, is this associated with thoughts that you're aware of at all? Do you anticipate something, or do you have thoughts of any kind that go along with this? This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Severe cramping and muscle tension.
Well, I mean, just while we're waiting, for me, like we know that if our thoughts can make us sick, then our thoughts can definitely make us well.
Uh
So
huh.
if the thing that is directly related to fear of speaking up,
Okay.
that, okay, go ahead. What is she saying?
In personal relationship. Rochelle, can you
Perfect.
see the comments?
Um, oh, there we go. Yes, now I can. I had my box down to low. Now I
Okay,
can.
all right.
Thank you.
All right. So, in personal relationship, explain. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes, thoughts are nonstop. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that the physical symptoms you're experiencing? Well, let me ask it this way: how far back can you go in your life when you think about personal relationship and experience those feelings? So we'll see what she says there. So obviously the thoughts are related to the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go back through what she said while we're waiting here. She has physical pain when she speaks up in a relationship, severe cramping and muscle tension in a personal relationship, and the thoughts are nonstop. Okay. We should we should have Carrie just join us here. Okay, so we'll wait. She's probably typing a long answer.
So, can I ask you, when you described this model of the lines in the unicorn, and I know you've described this, but it maybe what is really happening underneath the behavior?
So so she's a unicorn
Mm-hmm.
because she is saying this. She's using the F word, and I don't know about your experience, Rochelle, but my experience is lions almost never use the word fear. Now that doesn't mean they never get afraid, but
True.
so Carrie, is this associated with some? Now we don't want to get into therapy or anything like this, but can you make an association between some childhood experiences and your current relationship? Because for those of you listening, this is absolutely fascinating. For those of you who are listening, childhood experiences leave emotional and we're good, thank you. We're really grateful that you've joined us, and we got a whole bunch of people listening. This is our second week of doing these live streams, and I think
Yeah.
we've actually kind of tapped into a vein because Monday at noon seems to
Yeah.
be a really popular time. So
Yeah.
so this is very interesting. So Carrie's saying she's experienced this fear since childhood. Let me explain
Mhm.
what's significant about that. So the emotional learning we do as children, it occurs in a part of the brain called the limbic system. The limbic system is fight or flight, anger, fear. It's the part of the brain we share with other animals, so it's all about survival. And so now what's happening to Carrie is, since this is happening since childhood, when she is in a personal relationship, that's triggering that early childhood emotional learning. And so those things are absolutely related. So in other words, what I'm saying is, let's say Rochelle and I got in an argument, and our emotional reactivity is going to be based on perceptions and emotions we learned
Mhm.
as children. It's always tied together. It's impossible for the brain. Here we go. All right, so now let me give you a little exercise to do, Carrie. First of all, Carrie, I would absolutely recommend, um, and Rochelle, you chime in here too. I would recommend that you tune in on Thursday nights. You need to learn moment mindfulness because this is coming from thoughts. And if you can learn moment mindfulness, you can be free of this whole thing. The other thing you can do, though, and this is very easy for you to do, is every time this fear comes up, I want you to ask yourself the question, how is this related to my father? Now, you can do this even if it doesn't if you don't remember to do it until the next day. So you're in a relationship and you're feeling this fear and the physical pain. And yes, very strict Catholic education. You bad little girl. You need to feel guilty. I was born and raised a Catholic too. You know,
Mhm.
it reminds me of the Blues Brothers when they went to see the sister. He said, "You got a bad attitude and a foul mouth," and she kicked him down the stairs. Do you remember that, Rachelle?
I do.
So this is the exercise I want you to do. And even if you don't remember this until the next day, it's okay. So remember that fear and then ask this open-ended question: how does this relate to my father? And don't try to answer the question.
Mhm.
Just allow the answer to come to you. Your non-conscious brain already can see the relationship, but what will set you free from this is being able to see this in real time as it's happening, and this exercise will connect the dots for you so you can do that. Rachelle, do you have a comment on that at all?
Um, just agreement. I think that question has helped me tremendously in my
Oh,
current
really?
relationship. Yeah, being able to, because I can feel the reaction coming up. And sometimes you can't stop it, right? It's
Right,
already
right.
there. Body is already responding, reacting before your mind could even catch it. And so afterward, I'll be like, okay, what was that really about? What was I really upset there? And
Mm-hmm.
asking that question has been helpful. And I guess that's why I really like working with couples. And so outside of your amazing book and using this model, Mark, you mentioned the amygdala and the default mode network. And so that's really big when you can actually work with someone, couple, and you can look at them without that default mode network just constantly telling you a story, and you can drop into your heart. That
Uh-huh.
can be a really cool conversation.
Are you ready for this? Here, we got a
What?
comment from Carrie. This will blow you away.
You
I
nailed
sound
it.
like the nuns. That is hilarious. Oh
How
my
did you
God.
know?
Sound like the nuns. Boy, I remember going to catechism as a little boy. I
Yeah.
didn't go to Catholic school, so I had to go to catechism. And yeah, I may as well have gone to a prison camp. So, Carrie, give me your reaction to the little exercise that I kind of prescribed there. Tell me what you think of that or ask any questions. And oh, by the way, while we're waiting for that, you see this blank little box here below Rochelle. That is a place we would like you to come and visit us next week. So, what we would like very much to do is get people on this live stream who have questions or struggles with relationships. And we have found this on our Thursday night live stream on Moment Mindfulness. It's just completely blown me away what's happened on that live stream.
Mhm.
So if we can get people on to actually share their experiences, it
Yeah.
seems to open this thing up in a way I've never seen before. And on Thursday night, we've got this really fine gentleman by the name of Simon, um, who's struggling with overthinking. I mean, he's super overthinker, and over the course of the last 2 months, it's completely changed. And you can watch this
Wow.
happen in real time. So Carrie is saying, when I ask the question about my father, my hands turn to ice and I am shaking. Okay,
Mm.
well, we don't want you to re-experience that. Just let's create some distance. So instead of asking how's this related to my father, ask this: show me what I'm supposed to learn from this.
Mm.
Don't try to direct. We already know it's correlated with your
Yeah.
father. Don't try to do that. Just every time the fear comes up, just ask to be shown what you're supposed to learn. And then leave it open ended and let your non conscious mind answer the question, because it will start giving you images and memories that are pertinent
Mm.
for you to be able to see how you're being hijacked by this in real time. So, but yeah, this is post traumatic stress. And Carrie, are you under the care of somebody who specializes in this type of thing? I think that might be something that would be very important, um, because there's probably some treatment available for this. Also, there's some new technology regarding anxiety, TMS, and some things like that. Feel free to reach out to us on the side, and we'll try to guide you to some resources. So, but notice that when she asks the question, her body
Hmm.
immediately responds because her
Hmm.
limbic system is going into fight or flight
Yes.
as soon as she asks the question. Very interesting.
Yes. Hmm.
We'll stay tuned with Carrie here, but if anybody else has a question or comment about what we're talking about here, specifically related to relationships, um, let us know. Put it in the comments, and we'll get it on the agenda. So, the point that's being very well represented here is that early childhood emotional learning tracks us through our lives, and it becomes the template we use in relationships.
Wow. So we're using this old model when we were completely unaware of how relationships should be what they were, and
Right.
we created it from all these survival
Uh
uh
huh.
mechanisms, these survival ideas that we had with our parents, most likely, or our caregivers. And now we're trying to create a beautiful relationship with someone that we love. And
Right.
that's almost an impossible task
Well,
unless you get present.
it's even worse than that, because the limbic system, as you said earlier, is almost completely wired up at the time you're 5 or 6. It
Mhm.
thinks your partner is that parent.
Yeah.
It literally thinks that.
Wow.
Seller is saying, for example, I was a unicorn, my partner was a lion, we argued a lot, she got sick and died. Oh my God. I
Oh,
was reading a lot of books but didn't know the power of inner voice, so beware of I am. I'm so
hmm.
sorry that your partner got sick and died. I really am. Sorry you
Very.
had to go through that experience. Yeah, the power of the inner voice is um, omniscient as long as we allow it. So, is it safe to assume I can close this box out down below you, Rochelle?
Yes. I think he got distracted.
Maybe he's in a relationship with a beautiful woman. Here, I'll move our boxes around a little bit here.
Mhm.
Any other questions or comments about what we're discussing? Let me see. We've got another one from Seller. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I get it.
yeah.
She was. He says she was 40 years old. Good grief, that's way too young. Wow. So, Seller, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but how did you run across the lion unicorn information? I would be curious to know. Just let us know. And what we don't want to leave you in the lurch, Carrie. Um, how can you reach out to me? Mark at masteringthought.com, or, oh, also, our information will be in the description of the live stream. Rochelle, you want to give out your information?
Sure. And it will also be down below. It will be Rachelle, Rachelle, at holdingceremoniespace.com. Um, the work that relates to the couple part, I think in our previous lives we've talked about it. I do ceremonies with plant medicine, but as it relates to couples, me and my partner do private ceremonies where we can lower or eliminate that default mode network so people can have a full evening where they can actually see this live with their partner, but they're out of that fight or flight mode. And then we're going to be doing some group ceremonies in August. So I will make sure to put that information in there for anybody that would like to fly out to Seattle and work with us in a group session.
Great. Spectacular. I do almost all my work on Zoom, so it doesn't matter where I am. Sometimes I'm in my
Nice.
RV next to a stream.
traveling, traveling the world. I love it. So
So,
lucky
any
to
other
have
questions
this.
or comments about relationships? That's what we're here to handle today. I might just share, if I could, this is my model of relationships that I work with. It's called the Dance of the Lion and the Unicorn. And you can see there are two people, there are two circles. The one on the right I call the lion, the one on the left I call the unicorn. So we all have emotional pain. The lion's emotional pain is a feeling of nobody cares or they're not good enough. It's a sense of rejection. The unicorn's pain is fear or anxiety. And we all need a defense against our pain so we don't feel our pain. The
Yeah.
unicorn's defense is they avoid, and when they avoid, the lion feels rejected, and that makes them angry, and it just goes around and around like that. So let's see, we got another. I wouldn't say never. It says, you say the lion never uses the word fear. I wouldn't say never, but not very often.
Yeah.
That's not part of their vocabulary, particularly. For unicorns, fear and safety are a frequent part of their vocabulary. That's not right or wrong, good or bad. That's just the way people talk different.
Yeah. And I would agree with that. As a lion, I rarely use fear. That's not one of the things that really activates me
Right.
or gets. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. So Mark, while we're waiting for people to ask us questions, like what does repair look like? So the lion is activated because it feels rejected. The unicorn is then goes into fear mode, or it reacts because it feels fear from something that the lion is doing.
Right.
That's that old this old default mode network, this old amygdala, their survival instincts. How, I mean, what do you do? I know you mentioned one thing to carry. What else can we do to help us bring us back to the present?
Well, let me just bring this up again. These big circles are the limbic system, and the lion and the unicorn are unconscious patterns. So, um, the remedy for this is to become conscious, is to become self aware.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what we do on this channel. We teach moment mindfulness, which produces literally a psychological, spiritual, and emotional awakening and gives you access to be able to address the lion and
Yes.
unicorn relationship model in a very
Yes.
dynamic way.
It's like a real time. It's not just teaching. That's what I like about what we're talking about here, Mark. It's great to learn a lot of the things, and there's so many teachers out there on relationship and spirituality. But I think what is different about what we're providing on this channel is some actual um, activate, like something real that you can do right away.
This
And
is
it's
not
not
full.
you have to learn something new. You don't have to go to a workshop or anything to do this. This is just
Right.
understand.
Yeah, and see, the thing is about this is that this cycle is being driven by the voice in your head that sounds like you
Mhm.
talking to you. So the internal dialogue is what's driving the unconscious cycle in the relationship, and it's literally hijacking your perception of what the other
Yes.
person is doing.
Yes, exactly.
So I think Seller is saying this is all making sense and what we're talking about. Thank you for that. So if you have any other questions, we're going to be around here for a few more minutes. We're talking about relationships. I'm Dr. Mark Waller. This is Rachelle Lane from holdingceremoniespace.com. We come to this from very different angles, but we arrive in the same bus with flowers on the side. And I mean, it's what's interesting. Our relationship is fairly young, but I don't honestly remember either one of us saying anything the other one just intuitively, instantly understood or agreed with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
I think it's like it's just the, and I don't want to like we are the final truth, but when you're dealing in truth, it's always going to cross. It doesn't matter how we get there. You know, the different modalities. It's just the truth,
right.
and I think this is what is, maybe not what hasn't been said, and I don't know if it's because people just didn't understand this, Mark, as a therapist in the way that they train and coaches. But when I saw your YouTube video, and it was just such a simple concept of moment mindfulness, and I had, like I said, an experience right there
Hmm.
in that moment. I was like, oh, this is what truth should feel like. Really simple.
And just in case you want to get a hold of me, in the description below, Rochelle's information will be there, and there will be a link. If you want to have a conversation, just click the link. You can go access my calendar, and we can have a brief conversation. See how you can be helped. And let's see. Carrie is saying, when I pull back as awareness, this takes me out of my head. Absolutely correctly.
Hmm.
Your head is not a safe place to be.
Behind enemy lines.
Yeah. When you pull back as awareness, and that's exactly how it feels, like you're stepping outside of yourself. In psychology, it's called metacognition, and that's what
Yes.
we teach: how to step outside. And look, as long as you're stuck in the limbic system, your perception is being hijacked by your childhood.
Yes.
When you realize you're not the voice in your head, you develop perspective, which allows you to see other people's points of view other than your own. And it does feel like somebody just cleaned the windshield. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Sellers
Good
saying we had two
description.
good hearts. You speak from experience. You know, I
Thank
Rochelle, I know
you.
you've been at this for a number of years. Oh, Carrie, I follow Rupert Spira. I might
Oh,
I
yeah.
might just comment. Just recently posted a video on YouTube that went viral, and you might be interested in watching that. Some of the Rupert Spira fans are not real happy with me right now, but I was willing to take. I absolutely love Rupert Spira. I think he's
Yeah.
amazing. Moment mindfulness is a little piece in the corner that got missed by a lot of these teachers, and it's the thing
Yeah.
that everybody needs to make this actualize in their life. So I would,
Yeah.
encourage you to research that and find out what that's all about, because I've had many, many people on the journey for enlightenment for many, many years come to
Hmm.
me, and um, when they do moment mindfulness, they find the awakening they've been looking for 20 years. Your humor
Yeah.
makes me relax. I wish you were not the only one.
Well, the right ones will find us, Mark. We have to have fun with this. I mean, come on. Why
Actually,
not?
everything I do as a therapist is fun.
Yeah. I
None of,
agree.
this is all very serious, but you have to look at it with a sense of humor, because
Yeah.
once you step back from this and see how all the pieces fit together,
Yeah.
it's amazingly simple, and it's just you know makes you feel lighthearted.
It's
You
true.
know,
Well, and it gives you a hope that there is hope for all of us. Like there's actual, we don't have to stay in the, I mean, it's Einstein said it perfectly. The same mindset that created the problem can't be the one to solve it. And so we're offering levity. We're offering just a little perspective. that maybe you haven't looked at before. And with that comes humor.
So I think I'm going to leave this comment up for the rest of the time.
Trying to get on his good side, I see.
So Suller said we spoke the truth. So, I actually don't teach non-duality unless I'm asked. What moment
Yeah.
mindfulness is all about is awakening. What the work on the relationships is about being self-aware and
Yeah.
conscious. Non-duality is a step beyond that, which I'm happy to take with somebody if they want to go there, but I don't lead with that because it
Yes.
feels sometimes like trying to take a sirloin and shove it down somebody's throat because it's a big chunk, and I like to be kind of careful with that. So,
It's true. And you're asking people to go from, hey, it's my partner's fault and blame to this huge jump of like, it's all perfect. You came here to experience all of
yeah,
this.
yeah,
It's too much. You need
right,
baby steps to get
right,
there. And as you've said before, moment mindfulness or understanding this is one of the steps. It won't give you instant enlightenment, but
right.
it will free you from this voice in your head. And if we can free ourselves from truly, truly identifying with that voice in our head, the mind constant chatter, that is huge in starting to experience freedom. And not just relationships, but every area of your life, every area of life.
Uh huh. Basic
I understand what you're talking.
steps.
Nice. Yes. Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
anyway, we're here to talk about relationships, and there is no greater force for awakening than being in a relationship. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, they think the spiritual journey is to try to get outside of a relationship. As a matter of fact,
Hmm.
there's a very famous teacher on the internet who will remain nameless who thinks you're more spiritual if you live alone.
Hmm.
And I totally, absolutely 100% disagree with that because everything
Yes.
that comes up in a relationship is there to set you free if you will deal with it properly.
So true.
Oh,
So true.
Carrie, thanks so much. The haters were pretty vocal, but everything you said about spirit totally made sense. Thank you. Very good.
Well, Mark, there wasn't really anything hating. I think you're very disrespectful. I mean, you're very sorry. You're very respectful of all the teachers because all those teachers I followed, I listened to their stuff, but I agree. The leap into just automatically freedom is really like not available for the average person unless they have this huge instantaneous awakening, which there are some people that actually do have that end up having some kundalini
Mm-hmm.
awakening or instant, you know, their higher self just puts them online. But for the most of us, we
Uh-huh.
need a step before that, like a couple steps. So everything you said was right on target. It was not
Oh,
disrespectful.
did
It's
you
just
did
people.
you actually watch the video?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was very careful not to. But holy cow, the Tolly Nazis came out, and it was really interesting. You know,
They haven't been falling totally for too long because I don't think he would have reacted that way. At least my current interpretation of him.
so I love Tolly too. I worship the ground he walks on. I just think that there's something all these people missed.
Yeah.
That if you say it in Western terms, in terms that people can
Yes.
understand, they're going to be like, oh,
Yes.
oh, I get it now. And then
Yes.
the landscape they've been looking at suddenly changes and it morphs into something they can understand.
Exactly.
But 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 it,
Exactly.
but if you're still identified with the voice in your head, what's going to happen is your intellect is going to try to manufacture awareness and you're going to be convinced that you have some awareness you really don't have, and the ego is going to trick you.
Yes.
And so the disidentification piece, I don't believe is emphasized enough or taught
Yes.
specifically enough by any of the teachers.
Yes.
And that's what we do here on this channel. And if you tune in on Thursday night, you're going to see people who have gone through this process who've actually experienced the awakening we're talking about.
Mm.
And they're just, people like Sarah and Simon and Shannon. These are just everyday people. They didn't spill out of the ashram onto the internet. They're you know.
Just living their life.
Oh, Carrie says, I'm not fawning when I say your YouTube channel is brilliant. I have a science background and a 77-year-old I see. And at 77 years old, I see that the ego is doing havoc with my body. Absolutely.
Yes.
Anything we can do to help you, Carrie, please let us, you know. So,
Absolutely.
Seller is saying, that is a good side of Christianity. Individual is one with community. We are very good, Doctor. You see from so different sides. Well done. Thank you. I need to go to sleep. I'm sure it's late in Croatia. Thank you for coming and come back
Croatia.
again. Didn't he say he was from Croatia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he is
Croatia.
from Croatia. I'd
Yeah,
love
like
to
9
visit
hours
Croatia
ahead. So
sometime.
it's probably 10. Oh, it's beautiful. I've been to Dubrovnik
Oh
only
my
one
God.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're here for about 5 more minutes. If you have questions about relationships, anything we've talked about, please chime in before the hour is over, and we'd love to address those issues. We're here every Monday at noon to talk about conscious relationships. And before we go, Rachelle, any last, while we wait for maybe one more comment or two, any last thoughts?
Sure. Sure. There's a couple. In understanding this model that you've created or, that's available for people, it's not to make you just because you find out that you're a lion. Sorry, my earpiece is falling out. Just because you find out you're a lion or a unicorn, it's not to make you a better lion or unicorn. And it's not to give you an excuse of why this behavior is okay. It's just an understanding. So it's the beginning point of understanding how survival is actually taken over. And these are unconscious patterns.
Right,
So I don't want to get like, well, I'm a lion. Because I remember when I was reading your book, I was like, oh, that's definitely me. I'm a lion. This is why I am the way I am. But it's not so that I can stay in the model of being a lion. It's just for me to understand
right.
why I am this way.
Well, don't you agree that a lot of people use some of these concepts in therapy as an excuse to rationalize why they are the way they are? Rochelle, yes, most of us
Totally.
need many steps to step back from the ego.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Go
Well,
ahead, I cut
yeah.
you
So
off.
no problem. I was like, my daughter, who I love to death, 21 years old, young adult, so beautiful and amazing. And yet she's learned all these mental health terminologies
Right,
that she uses of why she feels the way she feels, or maybe sometimes when she's in a disagreement with me, that she'll throw at me, and I'm like, okay, but what are you going to do about it? You're just, it's almost like you're being a victim of it. Like, this
uh-huh,
is why it is. You're
right,
gaslighting me, or you're a narcissist, or
right,
whatever that term. And she's never called me a narcissist, by the way. But the terminology I hear working with other clients, as a coach, working with clients and whatnot, and having these terms, which are accurate. There are individuals out there like this. 100% people are in these roles. However, they're still for our growth and transcendence. It's for
uh-huh.
us. This is why they're in our field right now. This is for us to outgrow them, not to justify our unconscious behavior.
That's such a smart point because, if you look at relationships as what you've brought into your life for your own
Yes.
personal growth, it changes your view of everything.
Yes.
And what
Yes. And
people
it makes
keep
it
people,
count. Oops, sorry, good.
go ahead.
No, you hadn't finished your thought.
I was just going to say what people don't understand. If they can ask themselves the question, why I'm in what does it say about me that I'm in this
Yeah.
relationship?
Yeah.
They'll set themselves free instead of complaining about the other person. It just makes a huge difference.
Yes. And along that, it takes that is you taking responsibility for
Exactly.
your side of this. And that is true freedom. I mean, true liberation is us being able, and not in a negative way. This isn't beating yourself up. This isn't blaming yourself. It's like, oh, now that I know better, I can do better. One of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou. It's like, this is for you to take responsibility because now you can literally have control, or you can be serving your relationship without the other person ever having to do anything. It really only takes one person to change
That's
a
right.
relationship. And I'm
Right.
not going to say it's putting up with abusive or inconsiderate or unkind behavior. That's not what this is about. But if you are fully responsible, regardless of how the other person is showing up, you are fully taking the lead on this, well, then I guarantee you your relationship will have a shift for sure.
Or you can ignore it all and just repeat the pattern in the next relationship.
Nah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do this. Well, as we're leaving here, I'm going to say a little plug for what I'm going to be doing. So that's why I love ceremony. I do plant medicine ceremony, as we talked about. And it's like this default mode network that we always talk about. There's certain classic psychedelics that have been proven to bring those offline, meaning that they go way down so that you can be really present and in a heart-centered way with your partner. So me and my partner will be doing a group session and starting in August. And I'd love for anyone that might be interested in that. You can email me, find out more. I haven't quite put up any information, but yes, down below. I will have some information in the next week or so where you can actually sign up or find out more. But anyway, in the meantime, for sure, email me. And I love that I've learned this, Mark, because this has really helped me in working with couples. Even privately, I've completely been able, I mean, I've been able to refer you to a couple of my clients, which have been amazing. So I've been learning from you, and I really appreciate this work you're doing because it's helping myself as a coach and as a medicine facilitator really work with people. So I appreciate your commitment and discipline to this.
I'm honored by that. So we will
Mm.
be back next Monday at 12 o'clock. Bring your questions. If you want to appear live with us, reach out to us. Click my link below and we can have a discussion about it. We'll set up a time to talk on Zoom. And we love you all very much. Please return and share
Yes.
it with your friends. Like and
Love
subscribe.
you. See you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye bye.